Hey guys, this is the Toon-Nator, and today I'm doing a showcase of a whole bunch of different modded power armors for Fallout New Vegas. So, since the game's release, there's been quite a few really cool different armors added, and especially now that there's so much time for people to just develop and release quite a bunch of awesome ones, I figured, since I'm a huge fan of power armor, as you all know, might as well do a video that just kind of collects a whole bunch of them together and just kind of showcases, it's in my opinion, the best modded power armors that have been added to New Vegas so far. And so a little disclaimer, I imagine I have not found every modded power armor out there. These are the ones that I know that I consider to be the best, but if you have another one that I didn't show that you think deserves some recognition, send it to me, and I will take a look at it. So anyways, the first one we have here is the Vault-Tec power armor. This is kind of a very cool, very minimalistic and kind of sleek design. It does have like that really kind of pre-war feel to it. Again, very smooth, nice and clean. This is very different from most of the armors you'll see in Fallout, but at the same time I think it's very in keeping with the aesthetic of the setting, and also just looks damn cool over. Like, this is a very nicely done armor, as you can see. And if we look at the stats, you see it's quite powerful, but not too unreasonably so. So you can use it without, breaking the whole game, which is nice. So on to the next one, the T-57C power armor. Let's see if I can find the helmet to that. Oh, there it is. Alright, oops. Sweet. Anyways, here you are. This is the T-57C Air Force power armor. This is included in both its own mod and I believe the Fook as well. And this is, again, designed to be another pre-war armor. Shares some similar aesthetics with the Vault-Tec armor, actually, which I think is quite cool, as it's a bit of a consistent design. Again, like kind of the smooth edges. Looks very advanced. Probably is more advanced than the existing Fallout ones, which makes sense. It's supposed to be like an advanced prototype, but at the same time, definitely fits in completely within the aesthetic of the setting, I would say. So, there we are. The boots are kind of sinking into the ground there. I'm a really big fan of this helmet design as well. I think that looks really cool. So, let's rotate it around a little, get the sun from all angles. And there's another really cool pre-war armor. So, if you want your character to be outfitted with a bit better than the random junk you find around the Mojave. And you see this one is again, stats are really, especially, it's very reasonable. I believe it's got some secondary abilities as well, which is why the stats aren't quite so powerful, but in any case, it's really quite reasonable. Then we have the Reflex power armor. There's supposed to be a very advanced futuristic armor. Its full name is the Coyote Reflex power armor. It's, I think, a port of a Fallout 3 mod. You can see the design here. Very futuristic looking, not quite in keeping with the Fallout aesthetic, but then it isn't supposed to be. It's just supposed to be very cool looking, very advanced armor. If you want something, nuts to run around with. I don't know who's shooting, but that's very rude of them. Let's see if we can solve that. Sorry, buddies. Anyways. It does give you some features, like you can, with this you can jump higher. I don't know if I have it enabled right now, but you could sprint if I didn't have a massive overload of items right now. Basically, it's, in addition to looking really cool, it enhances your character's reflexes, makes you faster, jump higher, stuff like that, which is very cool. Again, if you're looking for a bit of a kind of over-the-top, very powerful character who's like a whole lot of advanced weaponry, like stuff that wouldn't normally exist in Vegas, but you've added them with mods, this is the perfect armor for you. Again, it looks gorgeous, has a whole ton of kind of advanced abilities that go along with it, and overall, just very cool stuff. Definitely the coolest kind of high-end sci-fi armor I've seen out there. Look at the stats, again, enhanced vision, crit chance, big agility and perception bonuses, which is not normal for power armor, so you can see again how it kind of departs in the pack here, and it actually has quite a low DT, so again, very balanced, which is the nice thing about these power armors. Most of them are actually extremely balanced, which is not something you see every day, so with that, sorry. And speaking of futuristic power armors, we also have the fantastic Japanese stealth armor. Let's take a look at that. And you see it's got the cloaking field. Just wanted to show that first because it is the stealth armor. But if you, again, this is called the Japanese stealth armor. It's supposed to be kind of like a sneaky armor suit, and it's very, very interesting looking in that. It's not really, I want to say high sci-fi like the Reflex armor either, because it's got at the same time a bit of a very medieval feel to it with the armor breastplates and the shoulder pads, and having a little stare now with EDE there. At the same time, you can tell it is very advanced. It's got the sensors on the front, the little back turbine thing there. And, well, this is just really, really, really cool looking in my opinion. Go very well with kind of, you know, melee weapons, ninja build or something. Okay, I think there's even a katana you can use. Just as you can see, it's got the cloaking field, so it's perfect for being able to sneak around. You'd still have a fair bit of protection, and look like you're actually protected instead of the Chinese stealth suit, which is basically paper. Like, so it looks like you could sneak, sure, but it doesn't look like it can protect you from anything. This, you can see there's some serious armor there. You're not dying with this thing on. So another very, very cool armor. And links to everything will be in the description. So you can see this one is very on the more powerful ones as well. It's still got the strength bonus. It's got the perception bonus, but it's also got a DT even higher than the Remnant power armor, along with the cloak field. So this is again for a more high-end character, a strong one. If you're looking for a real challenge, you're probably not going to want armors like this. But if you're up for, you kind of want to be able to stomp around the Mojave and crush your enemies, drive them before you, and hear the lamentations of their women, as it were. This may be an armor you may want to consider. So the next armor is, where do I have the T-49? Oh, here it is, the T-49XV Colossus armor, which is a very cool blend of the Enclave Mark II Advanced Power Armor, or the Remnant Power Armor as you may know it, and the T-45D. So if we take a look at this, you can see it's kind of like the T-45D legs, a bit of the arms as well, and then it's got the Advanced Power Armor torso, and it's kind of merged for the helmet. I'm really sorry about the HUD bars still being on. I've tried to disable them with Immersive HUD. That's not working right now for me for some reason, so I've really got to look into that, and I will do so soon. But this is one of the best modded armors I have come across, as it takes these two different, very different yet both iconic armors to the series, kind of blends them together seamlessly, and what ends up looking really, really cool. At least in my opinion. You can see it's still got the awesome looking back fan that I love on the Remnant's power armor. I'm gonna try and keep the HUD out of the way of the armor. I apologize for that. Let's see. Especially the side of the helmet there, they got all the rangefinder stuff like that, all the tubes. So it's advanced looking for Fallout armor, but at the same time it is very much so, again, in keeping with the universe. I mean, you expect it to, because it's made from two of the most iconic armors in the series, but it really does look like a believable Fallout armor, like a prototype or something, which I think is cool. You can see, again, these stats, not too insane. This one's got a good DT, but not unreasonable, and doesn't have much stat bonus. So, and then we have the Tesla version, which has the customary negative charisma for Enclave armor, and just got a few more widgets and whatnots on there. See on the legs, on the side there, more glowing stuff. I really wish I could get Immersive HUD to work. I apologize for that. I really don't know why it's not. It must be clashing with something again. I have to look at Director's Chair. You can see just a really, really cool looking armor. Again, this is the Colossus Enclave T-49XV armor. Which brings us to, I want to do this one really quick before we get into the big chain of Colossus armors. I'm going to show off. This is a female-only power armor. It's based on a Warhammer faction called the Sisters of Battle, which are basically like nuns with guns, and they have a pretty cool looking armor, I think. So, unfortunately, I think I might...
Hey, I can't really move now, but I'll follow you in spirit.
Quit your whine, Veronica.
Hey, I can't really move now, but I'll follow you in spirit.
Yeah, quit your whine. There we go. So let me see if I have the helmet. Nope, sorry, I thought I did, but anyways. So you can see, that's just kind of again, it's a female-only armor, obviously, because they're an all-female faction, but it's just kind of, you know, get the whole gothic, or high gothic look to it, with like the shoulder pads, the crosses, stuff like that. So it's cool. If you're a 40k fan, I think you'll definitely enjoy this. If you're not, I still think it's a very cool-looking armor. Sorry, I just hit my mouse. And there's a whole bunch of different varieties you can use. You can stop turning the face, maybe we can get around the back. Oop. There we go. I always do that, sorry. And, you can see just another kind of cool looking armor. And if you try and wear this as a guy, your torso will just disappear, I'm pretty sure. So, unfortunately, you can't go around in this looking ridiculous because the game just won't recognize it because it differentiates between the two genders. So, yeah, you can try it. I don't think it'll work. It's worth a shot, but, could be funny. So yeah, there's that. I'll just leave that on in the background for the rest of the video. And then we have the next set of armors is the Colossus T-49XV Enclave armor, which is just 4 different armors. It's from this whole they're all Enclave themed. It's this Enclave squad that this crashed vertebrates I think southeast of Nelson. And you just kill them all and take all their stuff. They got some cool weapons. I showed them in one of the previous mods of the week, but this is the squad leader's armor, and their armor is all very heavy duty looking. I've been on the sci-fi side, but again, still believable for Fallout because it is the Enclave, and the Enclave is quite advanced, as we all know. So it's quite in keeping with the faction that they have advanced armor and stuff like this. So we can take a look around like that. See, the helmet's got the kind of clear visor, bubble visor, which I think is really cool. I really like that whole aesthetic. It's a very cool design choice. Alright, so that is the first of 4. You can see some of the details in the back here. You got the Raven attachment logo, which I think is cool. It's a nice tribute to Fallout 3. You've got those packs on the side, which I can't quite read what they said. Had IHUD on maybe, so we wouldn't have the yellow HUD bars getting in the way. But the next one we'll do is the Hazmat power armor. And what's the helmet for that? There we go. Yeah, sorry, there's so many similar armors in here right now, so it's a little hard to tell them apart, but this is the kind of big, bulky, heavy weapons guy armor. I believe it's the Hazmat armor, so it's got the kind of moon suit bubble helmet there. More cool kind of graffiti on the armor, which really adds to the belief that it's kind of individual soldiers, you know, been worn in. Which I think, again, is a nice touch. Makes it look pretty lived in. Oh. And if you're wondering why the Death Star is in the background, that's the New Moons over New Vegas mod. I guess it must be getting dark out. Yep. Because the Death Star is now up in the sky. That's the moon I have right now. So, yeah. Just noticed that. What time is it? Yep. Alright, so once it gets dark, I'll wait a few seconds, and then we will jump into the future. The Enclave. Fuel Medic Power Armor. Medic Power Helmet is the next one. That's the lightest of the bunch. You can see it's got these cool kind of medic tanks and like stim packs on the back. Alright, you know, I'm going to wait now. Get that out of the way. Sorry about that. Didn't realize it was so close tonight. There we go. So yeah, you can see again, these armors all have very nice, you know, kind of subtle details on them. And a lot of the power armor, modded power armors out there are Enclave themed, because the Enclave power armor really is so cool, and they are quite a popular faction, even though they're the bad guys. I mean, go figure. But I can sympathize with that. I prefer my Brotherhood power armor myself, but to each their own. And I believe there is one more of those. They may have gotten blended in, because there's 4 people in the squad, I know, and I took all the armors. So let's see. It's not the officer, it's not the recon armor. Huh. Did the hazmat, did the Lienas. So I'm just trying to figure out if there was another one, or might be the Tesla. But anyways, I'll show the Courier 6 power armor next, which is one of my favorite ones. It's very cool. You can see it supports itself, which I think is very nice for any power armor. It's powered armor, so it shouldn't weigh you down because it's supporting its own weight. I mean, come on. But you got the some nice stat bonus, but nothing insane. And this is a modded T-45D that just is the Courier 6, which is obviously USC's. It's like it's supposed to be ostensibly his power armor. But I think my hands are big for some reason. I don't know, I just noticed that they look a little large. Maybe that's just me being weird, but anyways, yeah, I don't know if they're normally that big. It would just be so I'll stop ranting now. So got a whole bunch of nice details. It's got like those tanks, the little tanks on the back, a whole bunch of stickers and stuff, you know, graffiti, Mojave. So it's a very cool looking armor. It's T-45D, which is my favorite design aesthetic, but it's very non-standard, and so it's got a whole bunch of personal details where it looks like the armor a Courier has worn. So yeah, just a very, very cool interpretation of the T-45D armor. And then we have the Midwestern Brotherhood of Steel power armor, which is based off of the Brotherhood of Steel power armor in the Chicago detachment in Fallout Tactics. So they got those cool flags hanging off them with the Brotherhood logo. Again, I'm really sorry about the HUD bar being up. I've tried to get rid of that. It's not working. I will continue to do so in the future. Attempt to get rid of it, rather, I mean. And see, the eyes in particular are very well detailed. Armor overall looks very good. It looks very in keeping with the Tactics armor, but revamped for the newer, better looking engine. So we got the mighty pauldrons. Yeah, so if you're a fan of the Midwestern armor and Tactics, this will also replace some of the armor on the Mojave Brotherhood of Steel with this armor. So some of them, not all of them, I think, but some of them will be wearing this. Again, you can look at the details on the back of the head. You can see they really put a lot of work into this, and it definitely does look fairly gorgeous, I think. So it's very interesting power armor, and then it does not look very heavy, which is atypical often for the armors in the Fallout universe, but that this is the official, or not, it's not, this particular version is the official interpretation, obviously, but that armor is official canon. So see, even the gloves just look really cool. So very, very cool armor, and the stat bonuses are very reasonable. This is an entirely balanced armor. You know, you can wear this without any worry about unbalance in the game, which is very nice, I think. So let me just drop the thing. Those, they don't need, they're cluttering up the inventory. And we're going to start going through the Colossus armors now, which is going to be a bit of a job. But the final mod I have is just it's a whole bunch of armor collection. It's the Colossus armors for New Vegas. And what these are, sorry, just lean back from my mic to yawn. These armors are basically, sorry for the little lag spike there. They're basically a whole series of, I have a Brotherhood helmet, there should be one. Yep. They're a whole series of basically revamped versions of the existing power armors, or, you know, new takes on them, and then a couple of new ones. So this is the Brotherhood Paladin power armor. You can see it's a bit more advanced looking take on T-51B. You got some of the glowing, you know, Enclave doodads and whatnot in there. And then the backpack. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because there's a whole bunch of them, and some of them are fairly similar. But we have the Brotherhood power armor, which is pretty much the same thing. You can see. believe it's just mostly a stat difference between the two. Maybe not even. And we have the Star Paladin power armor, which is a bit swankier looking. You got the insignia on the robe there. You got the robe itself. A whole bunch of logos. If anyone somehow didn't know you're from the Brotherhood of Steel, they will as soon as you wear this. About 8 different logos. Which, again, I love the Brotherhood logo, so that is entirely a good thing. And then we have the... Actually, I think this is my normal T-51B. Yeah. Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, we'll start showing the Colossus power armors. These are, this is one of the new ones. It's obviously Enclave themed, but, see, it really is quite a dark armor. It's got some of the combat armor segments in there. And this is tended to be, I believe, more like a kind of a light scout armor as opposed to, or I mean, in an aesthetic, I believe stat-wise it still gives you a good amount of protection. Yep, 22 you can see, so not too heavy, but still a pretty heavy power. You get the little wrist gauntlet there. And we'll go through all the different helmet types. So you can have just a mask with the rangefinder. You can have the mask. These are very customizable, which is nice. There's the helmet again. We have the light variant, which is sleeveless, so I guess even a bit less protection, but it really looks like scout power armor, which is not really something that has ever existed so far in Vault, which so I find the concept very interesting, is that it's still power armor, but instead of making you into a walking tank, it just makes you into a kind of a quick yet well-protected scout, which is a very interesting application for it. And you can see the stats are, again, entirely within reason, so it's quite balanced. Oh, there's the targeter as well, which is, very cool. Gotta love that. There's a few more. We have the Enclave officer power armor. This is quite cool. Again, it incorporates a lot of the elements from the Enclave armor in Fallout 3. Which I am a fan of, although not anymore as much as the Advanced Power Armor Mark II. I actually would like that more, surprisingly enough. But yeah, it's got the awesome Enclave symbol, very badass. Again, a lot of nice little details on these armors, which is very cool. Then there's the officer helmet, which is it's a little different. It has the rank chevrons along with the vertebrate core logo. You can see. It's got a whole lot of nice little insignia touches on these things. The Enclave power armor. Pretty similar. Let's see. Again, stats are very balanced, so no worries there. The recon armor. Again, the bubble helmet, some of the Colossus T-49XV ones had, which is, I think, very cool. The Raven Rock detachment. So all the Colossus armors kind of share a bit of a common theme, which is nice. Tesla power armor. Again, just kind of revamped. Has the Fallout 3 Tesla shoulder pads, which I did like a lot. So, that's it. And again, the very cool bubble helmet. It gives it that bit of a futuristic sci-fi feel. And I think that might be all of them. Or actually, no, there's the Outcast one. Let's see, just the Outcast version of the more advanced Brothers with some cool bags hanging off the back, too. I was a big fan of slapping bags and stuff. Although it keeps the Brotherhood insignia, but it's got that very cool, very funny Outcast scribbled over Brotherhood of Steel Knight. So again, these armors have a lot of really nice little touches, and I believe that's all of them. Or maybe this. Want to make sure I hit everything. To be fair, my list is just absolutely full up with armors right now. Yep, T-45C. Oh, did I get Trigard's power? What's the one I didn't show? Look at that. Yeah, so it's kept the Outcast helmet, but this is the T-45C. Or T-51C, rather. It's very cool digital readouts on the back there. And as you can tell, this is the common theme that all those other armors are based off of. I don't know why it says T-45C yet. It is called the T-51C. You can see that's the helmet for it. Just kind of a little bit bulkier, more advanced looking T-51B. And is this the one that I didn't show? Or maybe it was Lienas, but we'll just show this again. Just want to make sure I got all of them. So you can, that's one of the 4 Squadlina people. And then there's Liena's Tesla power. Maybe that must have been it. And I think she uses the medic power helmet. Yep, that was the one I didn't show, sorry. So here it is. As you can see, it's just an adaptation of the other Tesla armor. It's got some, more personal touches with the belt bags there. Again, the very cool bubble helmet. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So that was just a showcase of many of the, in my opinion, coolest modded power armors out there for Fallout New Vegas. I'm sure there's some I didn't get. That doesn't mean I don't like them. I may just not have found them. So again, if you think there's one that deserves my attention that I didn't show here, just shoot me a link and I'll check it out. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you download some of these really cool modded power armors for yourself, because there's a whole bunch out there. They're all pretty awesome. Power armor is awesome, so why not use them? As always, thanks for watching. Questions, comments, things like that. Shoot me a message. I'll do my best to answer it. This is the Tuninator, and I'll see you all later.